Combination of swinging it and also blowing into it. He'll reinforce that constriction line, the jack line, near the pipe right now, and that'll help it come off easier. He'll get this well stabilized, and then the next step of the process will be to heat the bottom and flatten it, because you can tell by looking that this pitcher would not stand up on a tabletop. It'd roll over. So we're going to use a wooden paddle to flatten the bottom, and then it'll stand up. As I said, this pitcher is for sale. So is all the rest of the glass you see on display. If you'd like any of it, we'd gladly accept the King's MasterCard, the Queen's Lady Visa, and your cash is always welcome. Josh will flatten now with that pitcher with the handle. I'd also like to say that if you want to make a purchase and leave it with us until you leave the festival site later today, we will be glad to hold on to it for you. I'm gathering a very little bit of glass on the end of this pipe. We call this a punty. It's derivative from the word pontel, which comes from French for bridge. And this will be the bridge between the pipe I'm holding and the bottom of your pitcher. Once I have this shaped up, I'll take it over to Josh. He'll place it in the center of the bottom. After he's happy with its placement, you'll see him take his tweezers, put a couple of drops of water into constriction, and then tap the pipe, and it will break free. We'll be taking the putty off at the end of the demonstration also. That will leave a little bit of glass on the bottom, which we'll smooth out. But the nice thing about a putty is it's indicative of handmade glass. There's the water, there's the tap, and we've freed the pitcher from that pipe. Now about 2/3 of this is formed. The only thing that's missing is up at the top. So Josh is going to keep reheating that. He's going to focus the heat on the very top of the pitcher, which is that narrow end. Right now it's only about 1.5 inches in diameter. Not much of a pitcher. You could drink from it with a soda straw, but that's probably not what you'd want to do. But by bringing it back to the bench and using his hand tools, he'll be able to open that up into a nice opening from which to pour. When he brings this back to the bench, you're going to see an orange glow up near the top half of the vessel. That shows you exactly where the heat is. There's the heat spot. That's where it's going to move. At the Art of Fire, we have our own intensive saying, which is that hot glass moves and cold glass don't. He's spreading the blades apart. He's created the throat opening in that. And now he'll go back for a little more heat and finish a flare at the top of this pitcher. Of course, it's going to pour pretty sloppy unless we put a spout in it. So he's going to flare that lip a little bit, and then we'll put a spout on it so that it pours nicely. Once again, when he returns to the bench, the orange area will indicate to you where the heat is. Watch as he changes the angle with his arm, and he raises that up, and he gets a beautiful flare right at the top of the pitcher. He'll go back inside the throat every once in a while to make sure it's rounded. And the newspaper is cooling that shoulder so it doesn't move a lot. He's going to heat that flared section, and when he comes back, he's going to use this carbon bar that is attached to a piece of wood. He's going to mark the spot where he wants the spout, and I will pinch around it with the jack blades. He needs to get that flared lip hot, and then he'll bring it back, and you'll see the carbon bar go to work. There's the orange indicating the heat. There's the pinch, and now he'll use the jack blades to straighten that out, round it out a little bit, and we'll be ready to move on, because it's still missing one important thing. handle. You'd have to hold onto this baby with 2 hands to pour from it. So once Josh gets this done to his satisfaction, he'll chill it just a little bit and hand it off to me. My job is to keep it warm for a little bit while he gathers the glass for the handle. Josh is going to go over to our furnace, collect some glass on the pipe, and then bring it back over to the metal tabletop, and over there he'll round it out. Once he's rounded it out and I meet him at the bench, he'll attach the handle to the body. The handle will attach near the base of the pitcher. He'll pull up on it and cut right through it. We'll turn the glass over. He'll use his tweezers to attach the handle glass, and now the carbon rod will shape the handle.
So here I'm using that carbon rod to help cool, set, shape, and form the applied clear handle on the Stormy Seas pitcher made for you during the demonstration. We hope that you've enjoyed the demonstration, and we hope that you've learned a little something during the demonstration. If you have additional questions, or if you'd like to be a sales assistant, you're more than welcome to stay with us. We'd be happy to help you with those custom orders and or purchases. We do trust that you're enjoying your day at the Renaissance Festival. Thank you for being with us for the hottest show in the realm. A good day to you one and all. Good day and a hearty huzzah! Thank you, Bob.